too far behind.
Good evening. Welcome to the 2024-2025 Installation of Officers and Awards Ceremony. We're happy you could all join us this evening to celebrate service of our board members, as well as to congratulate John Lowenthal, Patricia Law, and Asia Culberson for their tremendous contributions to our local legal community. Tonight, we are pleased and honored to have with us some very special guests and dignitaries. I would like this opportunity to introduce you to them at this time. We have several judges in attendance with us tonight, and I would ask that you hold your applause. And also, they are all very honorable. Okay? Starting with that. Judge Kyle Brody, Judge David Cohn, Judge Brian Foster, Judge Donna Garza, Judge Thomas Garza, Judge Tara Riley, Judge Lisa Rogan, Judge Wilfred J. Schneider Jr., Commissioner Dina Amani, Commissioner Michael Lowe. We also have with us the Western San Bernardino County Bar Association past presidents, Angelique Bonanno, Randall Hanna, Diane Hartog, Justin King, Dean McVeigh, Tony Sears, Fernando Vargas, Will Wooten, and representing past President Elizabeth Berry is the firm of Berry & Berry. We have sister organizations present with us tonight: the University of La Verne College of Law and Public Service staff, professors and students, San Bernardino County Bar Association past presidents, John Lowenthal, Paul Shimhoff, and the Honorable Wilfred Schneider Jr. We have the current San Bernardino County President, Justin King. We have a past State Bar President, Mr. Jim Heide. Past Judicial Lifetime Achievement Awardee, the Honorable Tara Riley. Past Judicial Officer of the Year awardees, the Honorable Brian Foster and the Honorable Thomas Garza. Past Jennifer Brooks Lawyer of the Year awardees, Greg Rizzio and Corey Weck. Mitchell Roth Service Award, Joyce Holcomb and Pablo Ramirez. The Legal System Award, Susie Carrillo. I would also like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. Our presenting sponsor this evening is Brisbois Bisgaard and Smith, LLP. Our diamond sponsors, JLL Capital Markets LA, Tim Cruiser and Rob McRitchie. Law offices of William D. Shapiro, Markarian Law Group, McCune Law Group, Rizzio, Lipinski, Heide, Scafidi, Hiroki, Gardner Law, Chernoff, Bedart, Echeverria, LLP, Wendy and Sharman Brooks in honor of Jennifer Brooks. We have our platinum sponsors, Law Office of David Goldstein, Law Offices of Justin King, and the Law Offices of Taylor B. Warnock. We have our gold sponsors, the Law Offices of Fernando D. Vargas and Larson, LLP. We have silver sponsors, Berry & Berry Attorney at Law, Fullerton, Lehman, Schaefer, and Dominic. The Honorable Wilfred J. Schneider Jr., Law Offices of Heidi H. Romero, APLC, Law Offices of Randall P. Hanna, Matthew L. Taylor, Receiver and Partition Referee, the Mowry Group, the Sullivan Group of Court Reporters. We have our bronze sponsors, Anthony A. Sears, Attorney at Law, Honorable Kyle Brody, Honorable Lisa M. Rogan, the Law Offices of Angelique Bonanno, the Law Offices of Diane M. Hartog, the Law Office of Joyce M. Holcomb, Law Offices of Roxana B. Maruo, Law Office of Ugo Harris P. EGK, PC, the University of La Verne College of Law and Public Service, the Walker Law Group, Will Wooten, Deputy District Attorney. We also have other sponsors this evening. Laurel Starks from the Starks Realty Group, who has sponsored our wine. The Paris firm, Eric D. Paris, who sponsored the floral pieces. as well as Skifidi, Baruki, Gardner Law, who also sponsored the centerpieces. If you are interested in any of the sponsored wine, it will be served at the bars, so please go enjoy that. But at this time, we're going to recess and have our dinner, and we will start the program in a little bit. Okay? It's an honor to serve as president this last year, and I am deeply proud to be a part of this organization. First and foremost, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the entire board of directors. Each of the directors' dedication, hard work, willingness to be flexible, and give their time, those are the reasons that this organization is successful. Each one of you have brought your unique perspectives and your skills, and it has been a wonderful experience for me as president. I want to specifically thank tonight the Honorable Kimberly Apollo, who is not present with us, DA Will Wooten, and Diane Bartog for their service on the board of directors. They are concluding their service on the board tonight, but I like to think that it's just for now, and that eventually we'll get them back. Diane and Will have both been past presidents on for the Western San Bernardino County Bar Association. Diane was president in 2015-16, and Will served in 2019 and 20. All three of these individuals have given their time, talent, and resources to the association for many years. I was actually just talking at the table trying to figure out how many years, and none of them can remember how long they've been part of the Bar Association, but it's been a while. So thank you all so much. To the rest of the 2023-2024 Board of Directors, thank you so much for your commitment and the trust that you placed in me to lead alongside you this last year. I've learned so much from each one of you, and I've said this many times, but I want to reiterate, this organization truly is a well-oiled machine with standouts: Dean McVeigh, Mike Scafidi, Matt Taylor, Randall Hanna. We were actually just trying to figure out who the oldest person on the board is, and Matthew Taylor said Randall was, which I know is not true, but you've been serving the longest, correct? Yes. So thank you so much for your historical perspective and all of the advice that you give to us. Now I know that all of the board members are little stars in our own right, but I think all of us can agree that those people really do the heavy lifting. And of course, our amazing executive director, Lindsay, she corrected me because I've been saying her last name wrong, and now I can't remember how to say it. The Partridge family. Did everybody know I was saying her last name wrong? And I'm just finding out about it now? So anyways, Lindsay, thank you so much. Partridge in a pear tree. Right? Okay. Wow, it's going to be a good easy. Okay. I would also like to thank and recognize the judicial officers that are on our board. They play an instrumental role in our collaboration with the bar, between the bar and the bench. And I truly think that that is the success of our organization. It makes us effective, and it continues to improve our bar association. And we appreciate each one of you. As I conclude my term, I'm confident that our incoming president, Angelique Bonanno, will go above and beyond for the association. She is an amazing attorney, and she truly is someone I look up to. I'm very excited to pass the torch. So thank you all for your support and for the honor of serving as the president this last year, and I look forward to continuing to serve as a board member. At this time, I want to invite up to the stage the following individuals. And if you could please hold your applause. The 2024-2025 executive officers: Angelique Bonanno, who will be president; Dean McVeigh, president-elect; Lauren Vogt, vice president; Matthew Taylor, secretary-treasurer; myself, immediate past president. Board of directors: Anthony Costanzo, Chris Markarian, Christina Bernheim, Eric Paris, Fernando D. Vargas, Jonathan King, Jonathan Robbins, Joyce Holcomb, Kareem Arif, Kevin Marshall, Kristen Hobbs, Kyle Brody, Michael Scafidi, Randall Hanna, Roxana Murrow, and Judge Tara Riley. And if Judge Lisa Rogan can come up to administer the oath of office.
May I just first say what a pleasure and an honor it is to administer the oath to this wonderful group. And I echo those words on what a wonderful organization this is. So it is a real privilege for me to come and administer the oath. The good thing about this oath is you don't have to repeat it. You just a simple I do will get us there. Do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm? Right hand. Heart doesn't start until I say so. Raise your right hand, please. Do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm to uphold your duties and responsibilities as officers and directors of the Western San Bernardino County Bar Association, being mindful of your roles as representatives of your membership, as officers of the court, and as attorneys dedicated to the service of the public and the legal system? If so, say I do.
I do.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
So it's telling me to pass a gavel, but I don't have a gavel. All right, I'll be passing this gavel to Angela.
Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a fantastic turnout. We are so pleased and thrilled that you've all decided to join us tonight with our various awards. Before we do anything, I want to really recognize Taylor Warner. Taylor has been an amazing president for our organization. I don't know how many of you know Taylor, but Taylor has a full-time, very successful family law practice. She has 4 children, a husband, a house, a this, a that, a this, a that. So many I've lost count, and she never says no. When you say, hey, can we do this? Can you help us with this? Her answer is always yes. I have no idea where the woman finds the time. We have been so fortunate for her to be able to say yes to our organization and to give up her time so flawlessly, really, with such an amount of grace. So thank you so much to Taylor Warner. And on behalf of the Western San Bernardino County Bar Association, among other things, we would like to present her with our appreciation for outstanding service as officer and president of the Western San Bernardino County Bar Association. In addition to that, just so that we are sharing the information that we have for today, For our recipients today, we have some additional resolutions, and instead of the whereas and the whereas and the whereas that takes about 20 minutes, I'm just going to let you all know how thankful we are to each one of these various different organizations that have provided us with resolutions for our recipients, and they are as follows. The City of Rancho Cucamonga, the City of San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors, Congressman Pete Aguilar, Senator Rosalie Ochoa Boa, and Assembly Member, Gomez Rios, I apologize. In appreciation of the service that the recipients have provided to our community, these various organizations have provided additional resolutions. So you're going to walk away with a lot of stuff today. Your name's on the board and list today, okay? And thank you so much for those. We do have one or two that are in attendance tonight, others that were not able to be in attendance, and so they did want me to ensure that I said congratulations to all of our recipients. For purposes of my presidency, this is the second time I'm going to do this. I don't know why. But it's kind of deja vu all over again, because when I did it before, the president-elect was Dean McVeigh. And I really, really, really relied on him so much. And so I'm so thankful that you're going to be doing this with me again. I also want to say a really big thanks to all of our current officers and our board members, but some really in particular. Matthew Taylor, who has served as our, yes, give him a hand. He has served as our treasurer for how many years now?
Since 2009.
Since 2009. Someone do the math for me. It's a long, long time. And he makes sure that the wheels keep rolling with our organization. And we had some periods of time there where, you know, we had COVID and we had concerns and that type of thing. Our board really came together, and guess what? We are still here. And part of that, a real big part of that, is Mr. Taylor. So thank you, Matt Taylor. I also wanted to say a big thank you to the people that we are going to miss. I don't want to repeat what Taylor has said, but somehow I guess maybe our minds think alike. If only I was as successful as she is in all of her things that she does. But Kimberly Apollo, Judge Kimberly Apollo is a former member of our board, Bar Association, and she worked very, very hard with us for several years. I don't know if you all know, Kim Apollo and I, we studied together for a specialization for family law. She was a family law attorney before she became a judicial officer. And then right around the time that we were all getting the certification, she decided to become a judge, and wow, what a great judge she is. And she's no longer with us in family law. She's in a criminal assignment or a civil assignment. I'm not quite sure which. But we say a fond farewell to her because she was just an instrumental person in our Bar Association. Very, very helpful, very insightful, very intuitive. So we want to thank her. I do also want to say a very good thank you, a very passionate and heartfelt thank you to Diane Hartog, my dear friend, who is going to be saying goodbye to our Bar Association, but we're going to wrangle her back in again whenever we can. And then finally to Will Wooten, who I spent at least 20 minutes before we took the seats tonight trying to convince him to stay on. Maybe he'll come back. But these three people that are going to be leaving our organization really have given a lot of their time and their attention, and so I really do want to thank them. In their places, we have my very, very dear friend Joyce Holcomb, who's going to be joining. Again, a woman, I don't know where she finds the time to do all of the things that she does. The fact that she's going to now be on our board is absolutely amazing. She is just a rock star. We have a new addition, Roxana Murrow, and we have a new addition, Jonathan Robbins. So I'm very much looking forward to these new people serving on our board. If you'd like to be part of our organization, you know, we are looking from time to time for additional members and or officers. You can submit your resume and letter of interest. We do take them very seriously. I've tried to recruit a couple people here in the room even tonight. But if you are interested in joining our organization, please let us know, because we really do a lot of wonderful things for the community. Some of the things that we do are the LRS program, which is a lawyer referral service that allows people to be matched with lawyers who are in need of legal representation but have minimal means. We have an Ask a Lawyer night where we help litigants in the community get matched up with lawyers to just ask me basic questions and try to make their way through the legal system. We do a mediation service. We do very informative continuing mandatory education courses. We have our Judicial Officer of the Year and the Installation Award events. We do an East Meets West event, and we do a bench bar barbecue. And the bench bar barbecue is really the opportunity for the lawyers and the judicial officers to, you know, rub elbows and bridge that gap and really have an opportunity to meet your local judicial officers in an informal setting, in a nice setting. And this year, in the setting, Dean McVeigh at my house again. So we will be doing it again at my house this year. We will let you know. We're going to do it a little bit different time of year to try to avoid some of the winds. Okay, only a couple of other little quick things. There is a very important Toys for Tots Christmas party that's being hosted by Mike Scafidi. Unfortunately, Mike Scafidi is ill tonight, though Darlene is here somewhere in his place. Thank you, Darlene, for being here. It is on, and he's told me I can say this, it's on Friday, December 13th. Okay, there it is. It's at 6 p.m., it's at his home, and you will get U.S. Marine Santa Claus, Christmas carolers, snow, train rides, professional photographer, Christmas flower bouquet making station, coffee bar, specialty drinks, great wines, and catered food. So come on out, bring a gift. We participate and we join with the Toys for Tots and Sparks for Life so that we can provide gifts for children in the community that are lesser fortunate at the time of Christmas. Also on December 6th, there's a Tri-Bar Christmas celebration. It's going to be in this room or in this hotel, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. So if you are interested in that, contact Ms. Joyce Colcomb. She's going to give out her cell phone number to every single one of you. Finally, because our organization is just so fantastic and amazing, as a gift tonight, we're going to give one of you a free 1-year membership. So we're going to do that before we close at the evening. So that's it for me. I hope I didn't bore you too much. And let's move on. Tonight we have 3 fantastic award recipients. The first being our Legal Assistant of the Year award. And our awardee is Asia Culberson. Asia is presently in Department S48 in the Family Courts in San Bernardino Central. She is an individual who goes above and beyond the call of duty. She is extremely professional, she's dedicated, she's efficient, she's kind, she has a tremendous amount of grace. She looks like $1 million every single day, and what a wicked sense of humor. So in order to say a few words about our recipient of Legal Assistant of the Year, I'd ask to call up Commissioner Dina Amani.
After that introduction, I don't know what else I can say. You said all of the best qualities that Miss Asia has. I've had the privilege of working with Asia for the last 3 years. Both of us started with a family law assignment, not knowing anything about family law. So it's been quite a journey learning together, but I can tell you this much about her. She did it with a smile. Every morning when she comes to court, the first thing she does is she walks in the door and the smile is on. And she sets up positive attitude that we need in a family law assignment. Because on a daily basis, as you all know, we deal with a lot of families, we deal with emotions, we deal with people who need our help and are asking us to hear them out. And she does do that. And I can tell you she does it, as Ms. Bonanno said, she does it with kindness, she does it with patience, she does it with grace, and above all, she does it with a lot of courteous and kindness, because above all, she has a very kind heart. I'm just going to share a quick story, and this is something to do with access to justice. As you all know, our courts have been gradually, and we have, I think we've achieved it, trying to get to remote appearances. So we had an instance where Miss Asia get a phone call from a litigant that has been trying to get on court call, couldn't do it. I suggested they can try on Zoom, couldn't figure it out. Miss Asia didn't give up. After 20 minutes, she kept trying to help this gentleman over the phones, still quiet and patient, and he still couldn't figure it out. And I told her, let's just continue the matter, we'll give him an opportunity to figure it out and be there. But no, Miss Asia didn't give up. So I said, okay, let's put it on second call and see what happens. Do you know what she did? She got creative. She picked up court call, she tied the court phone to the court call, she took my microphone to the court call to make it happen. And the gentleman, our litigant, did have a hearing because of Miss Asia. And it took a lot of patience out of her, but she did it with a smile, and she did not give up. And this is the type of person that we have here. So I'm proud to work with you, alongside with you, and I want to thank you for the journey that we've been on so far together. So congratulations.
Miss Asia, would you join me on the stage? Culberson, on behalf of the Western San Bernardino County Bar Association, I am pleased to award you the Legal Assistant of the Year Award for 2024. Congratulations. It's a big deal.
Thank you, Ms. Bonanno, for the kind words. You are an amazing woman, and I enjoy working with you. So thank you, and thank you for this beautiful night, this amazing award.
You got this, girl.
You know, a judicial assistant is only as good as her judicial officer. Kamish, thank you for your kind words. I absolutely love working with you and for you. You are an amazing woman, and you give me so much inspiration. She's the queen of family codes, and she teaches me so many of them. I want to be a pro by the time I'm done with my career. But you are amazing, and I love working with you. To my courthouse family, Jen, Lance, Sonia, I love you guys. You guys make coming to work every day super fun, and we get it done. But I love you guys, and I thank you for loving me and supporting me and just being just super dope people. You guys are awesome, and I love you. To my family, my mom, my aunts, you know, I come from a family of strong women, and I stand before you who I am today because of them. My mom, she's my rock. My aunts, they're my rocks. My dad, but my kids, Casey, Reese, Robbie, my daughter-in-law, Maya. Look around this room and please be inspired by all these amazing people and all the amazing things that they've done and will do. And be inspired to reach for the stars and be great. I love you guys, and everything that I do is for you. So, in closing, congratulations to everyone that won an award or did something amazing, and thank you again for this award.
Okay. Next, the Charles Althouse Lifetime Achievement Award this year is being presented to Patricia Law. This award is an award that we do not give out all of the time. We give it out when it is appropriate. It is given by our association when deemed appropriate for a local member of our legal community who has continually and consistently displayed commitment and contributions to the bar, the legal profession, and the public throughout their career. We call this the Lifetime Achievement Award, and we call it the Charles Althouse Lifetime Achievement Award because he is an absolutely phenomenal individual. This year, I would like to invite Jeffrey Walker up to say a couple of words.
Thank you. Well, what can I tell you about Trish Law that you don't already know? Actually, quite a few funny, embarrassing stories. However, I promised Trish that this would not turn into a celebrity roast. I've got the benefit of knowing Trish in two capacities. The first is professionally. For the last 15 to 18 years, I've probably had at least a case per year against Trish. We've tried 3 cases against one another. I've referred cases to her. We've talked about legal issues on cases where neither one of us is the opposing counsel. And I can tell you a couple of things. First, what you see is what you get with Trish. She doesn't play around. She files a case and you know it's got meat on the bone. I know when it comes in my door, I'm gonna have to give my A game on this. I know she's already had an expert, and I know she's got great clients because she picks the cream of the crop. And what amazes me about Trish, and is very rare, I think, these days, is the connection and the empathy that she has for her clients. I see her in the halls hugging them. I see her talking to them. I see her talking to their families, when some attorneys might just go to the break room. I see her walk out to their car with them. And it's a very noble thing. And I admire that, about her. I can tell you when you're in trial with her, you get the same attitude, professionalism, courtesy. And like a running back in a football game, she's going to run that case down your throat again and again and again. And it really helps me raise my game. And I actually look forward to the jousting. And just like an athlete, she has no problem talking trash. And she's really good at it, and I like it. So for all the young lawyers out there who are looking for someone to inspire and to admire and to be like, Trish is a good example. For those of you who are older and been doing this for too long and may have forgotten the professionalisms, the courtesies, the picking up the phone and resolving issues, Trish is a very good reminder. I've had the luck, the benefit of becoming her friend over the course of those cases, even though we're on opposing sides of each other. I've broken bread with her, I've been over her house. The two of us have daughters who are about the same age, both on parallel tracks to be attorneys, and have both realized that they want to do maybe something different than us or do even better than us. And it's such an honorable thing. Trish and I have experienced parallel lives. She's been on highs when I've been on lows, and vice versa. And I think we help lift each other up, kind of like the rising tides. And I honor that and appreciate that. We have I joke, we have like a brother-sister relationship. I always call her the much, much older sister. Even though she's only about a year older than me. And I'm that annoying little brother that pulls on the pigtails and steals things out of her room when she's not looking. And she just wants to shut and lock that door sometimes. But no matter what, we're still kind of family. Just one brief story, and then I'll sit down. The first case Trish and I tried against each other was a very emotionally charged case in Riverside. And I got brought into this case 6 or 8 months ahead of time to try. Transferred for another firm. And the wrongful death case. And it was Judge Sunshine Sykes' second case ever to go to trial. She was a judge out in Riverside. And I remember the day I got a phone call from Trish to talk about the case. I go, okay, cool, I'm gonna find out what this case is about. And she goes, you know what this case is about? This is about me kicking your butt. I'm gonna kick your butt. I'm game for it. So we go out and we try this very difficult case, very emotional. And admittedly, I gave a closing argument that was over the top. Way too aggressive. I got emotionally involved into the case. And the case was done, and I just didn't feel right about how I closed that case. It wasn't representative of me. So I said to myself, one of these days I have to talk to Trish about that and share with her from my heart how I felt. So 2 or 3 months later, on one of these other many cases that we had, we were there for another trial readiness, on another case going to trial. I walk into the courtroom, I look at her, she won't look at me. No warm smile. No, hey, how you doing? I go, uh-oh. I'm in trouble. So we finish that case, we go out in the hall, I asked her to come talk to me. And I said, Trish, I just want to let you know what happened last time won't happen again. I'm sorry, I apologize, that wasn't me. I was openly charged. And the anger, the anxiety, whatever she had on her face, it kind of melted. And she went to a smile. And then she balled up her fist. I'm a big guy. You gotta hit me pretty hard to get my attention. She hit me in my shoulder. And she waved her finger and says, never let it happen again, jackass. It was at that moment that I knew I had made a friend. So Trish, thank you for your friendship. Thank you for professionalism. I look forward to more cases, and congratulations on your well-deserved award.
At this time, I ask to call Patricia Law to step to the podium here. Resolutions that we previously discussed, on behalf of the Western San Bernardino County Bar Association, I wish to present to you the Charles Althouse Lifetime Achievement Award to Patricia Law. Sounds like this woman's pretty badass.
Well, first, I'm going to say thank you very much to Jeff for all those beautiful words, but most importantly for not telling the group what I actually called him when I punched him in the shoulder. He cleaned that up. Those were extremely kind words, and he's 100% correct about how we started our relationship and how we have now finished it. Not that it's finished, but where we are now in our relationship, and I'm so pleased to have somebody that I still have cases against, that I tried a case against in less than a year. In less than this last year, we tried a case against each other in Orange County. I would also like to thank Jeff for not telling the group that I still have never beaten him at trial. But I'm gearing up for the next one. I will say that when I got the information and I got the email and I got the phone call from Dean McVeigh that I was going to be awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award, it was quite overwhelming. And you might think that the first thing that came to my mind was, wow, what an amazing honor it is to get a Lifetime Achievement Award from any group, right? Or you might think that the first thing that came to my mind was, what an amazing honor it is to get this type of an award from people in the community that you've practiced every single day of your entire 32-year career with and in front of. Or you might think that the first thing that came to my mind was, what an amazing thing it is that you are in the same company of lawyers like Tino Garza, Bill Chernoff, Bill Lemon. You might think that one of those things was the first thing that came to my mind, but it wasn't. The first thing that came to my mind was, wow, I must be really old. So I swallowed that, and once the cloud, the fog of my mortality cleared, then I really enjoyed learning about Charles Althouse and who Charles Althouse was and why this award is named after him. And looking at the list of recipients before me made me even more proud, and I could not be happier and more honored to receive any award anywhere than I am to get this one tonight. Thank you very much, and thank you.
Finally, we have our Jennifer Brooks Lawyer of the Year Award, and this year our recipient is John Lowenthal. The Jennifer Brooks Lawyer of the Year Award is given each and every year to a local attorney who demonstrates the finest of qualities of our profession. Such qualities include what Judge Charles W. McCoy has often referred to as the 5 C's. The 5 C's are things that we believe each attorney should strive to have: candor, compassion, civility, courage, and competence. We heard from Jennifer Brooks that she practiced law with great integrity and with each one of these essential qualities. Unfortunately, Jennifer Brooks is no longer with us. Her family has sent their heartfelt thank you. They were not able to join us tonight. Honestly, the first time they haven't been able to join us in many, many years. We send our love to their family, and we are always pleased and thrilled to have a memory of Jennifer Brooks every year for this particular event. Mr. Lowenthal has each one of these and more. And so before we bestow the award upon him, I would like to invite Mr. D. McVeigh up to say a few words.
Good evening. I'm Dean McVeigh, and I am honored and humbled to be able to say a few words about one of my bosses, John Lowenthal, who I've known for 21 years now. And I'm glad we have so many law students in the room and young lawyers, because tonight you have been introduced to 3 amazing individuals. And congratulations to Asia, congratulations to Trish, and congratulations to John. I started my practice in Orange County and then Los Angeles, and then 21 years ago, a mutual friend, Nancy Seamus, in our Los Angeles office said, Dean, I think you should go out to the San Bernardino office, because John Lowenthal is running a wonderful office out there. It's quite a bit different from Los Angeles, and I won't go into the reasons why. It's quite a bit different, and it's a family environment. You will love it. And I'm so grateful to Nancy and for John. And John has created and maintained that family environment in our office for 24 years. We go to work, and there's many of us in this room that have been with John's group for over 2 decades. And it's because of John. I know I wouldn't be at the firm today if it wasn't for John at the helm running the ship. And it's quite a motley crew that he has to run, if you can imagine. It's a large office. We are the biggest firm in the state and in the IE. And I'm grateful that we are in the Inland Empire. And for those of you in the Inland Empire practicing law, you have much to be proud of and much to be grateful for, because we are a kinder, gentler group of individuals. And John epitomizes all of that. John is the epitome of the 5 C's of candor, compassion, civility, and courage. And we're going to hear about a 6th C a little bit later on in my speech. But They come from my stupidity. And I have to tell you, I've sat in on many interviews with John. I kind of help mentor our summer associate program and some of our younger associates, and I've sat in on many interviews. And the one thing he always stresses is collegiality. He doesn't tolerate prima donnas, jerks, jackasses, or strippers people. That's just not our thing. And I'm grateful for that because I practiced with other firms that was the norm. That is not tolerated with John, and I'm grateful for that. And he is an IE guy. He went to Pomona College just down the road and the University of Laverne College of Law. And I will tell you one other thing. If you are ever on a game show and you are given the opportunity to call a friend, call John Lowenthal. Because I assure you, he will know the answer. He is beyond genius, as I'm sure his twin brothers over here are as well. And he has a brain and a mind like a steel trap. Nothing escapes it. There's all kinds of what he calls useless information floating around in his brain, which he'll be happy to impart with you should you wish to sit down. And he's a wonderful mentor to the new associates, to the summer associates. I often see him back before COVID, when we actually went into the office every day at 6:30, John would be sitting in an associate's office just talking and mentoring and explaining how to work up a case, what matters. And I still see him doing that today with his team. He spends a lot of time mentoring these wonderful new lawyers and creating the next generation of lawyers. And he can't help for that, but that's what he does out of the goodness of his heart. There are a lot of people that had a lot of wonderful things to say about John that could not be here tonight. So we have a few words from some of them, and I would like to, if I could, read some of them to you tonight because they really say a lot about who John is. And the first one is from Rima Badawia, who wanted to be here tonight. She's a fellow equity partner with John at our San Bernardino office of Louis Brisbois. And I quote from Rima: "This past year has been a very difficult one for me because of my Palestinian heritage. To not only watch the live streaming of the daily atrocities being committed against the Palestinian people in their homeland, but the villainization and anti-Palestinian Islamophobic rhetoric expressed daily domestically, making this the worst time in my life. John's awareness, sensitivities about these issues, and always ensuring that our workplace environment fosters respect and promotes a culture of belonging is what I value most about him. Putting aside all of his accolades as an amazing lawyer, John is at his core a compassionate, empathetic, and decent human being, and part of what is good in this world." From Rima Badawia. Brian Reed, who's in Nashville, one of my favorite cities, with Bill Shapiro tonight with Aboda. They both wanted to be here. Brian is also a former recipient of the Jennifer Brooks Award, fellow equity partner of John's in our San Bernardino office, and he says the following, quote, "It was John's very approachable, friendly, trustworthy, and kind persona that clinched my decision to join Louis Brisbois almost 20 years ago. And being his partner ever since is one of the distinct privileges of my career. Not only have my first impressions of John proven to be more accurate, I have come to understand and appreciate that John is a truly gifted trial attorney who is generous with his time, a tremendous resource whenever questions or challenges arise, a loyal friend, endlessly civil and ethical, an insightful leader, and through it all, he is uniquely humble. An impressive and remarkable trait in the type A world of trial lawyers. Your task in honoring John tonight is likely challenging because I suspect that when speaking to him about this award, John was probably quick to attribute his successes to others and very hesitant to tell you about his many impressive personal and professional accomplishments. But many of John's accolades can be found in his bio. He's a longtime member and past president of the San Bernardino Riverside chapter of Aboda, a past president of the San Bernardino County Bar Association, and because of his professional wisdom and insight, along with his AV rating by Martindale Hubbell, And his distinction as a Southern California super lawyer, he also serves on the San Bernardino County Judicial Evaluation Committee to help evaluate, screen, and recommend future judges in our area. I hope I didn't give away any secrets. In reality, but that was Brian's work, not mine. In reality, his accomplishments in this regard are really too numerous to list. However, beyond those remarkable accomplishments, John is a terrific listener. He is funny, self-effacing, soft-spoken, kind, which makes him extremely effective as a litigator and a client favorite. I suspect that even in victory, his defeated opponents and litigants often appreciate that they have been treated fairly because of John's genuinely caring and empathetic nature. There are likely many litigants he has faced who feel that John listened and cared, helping with their healing process even in the face of tragic and life-altering losses. Except perhaps for the rare and crazy pro bono litigants, I doubt a most exhaustive search would identify a single attorney or litigant who would utter an unkind word about John, even considering the catastrophic, highly contested cases that he litigates. To me, this says the world about the truly decent and talented lawyer that is John Lowenthal. And lastly, when scheduling glitches or an unanticipated change in time zones places in jeopardy a timely arrival at an important destination, you surely want John Lowenthal behind the wheel of the fully insured rental car because he is most skillfully able to push a crappy car to its limits. But that's probably a distinction best left to discuss another day. And Brian says, my most sincere congratulations to a person I am honored to call my partner and my friend, Brian Reed. And also from another former Jennifer Brooks Award recipient, Michael Scafidi, who wanted to be here tonight and wanted to deliver these remarks himself. Mike says, quote, I have known John for over 20 years, and I have to say he certainly exhibits every virtue of the 5 C's. I attended and celebrated in person most of the past recipients of the Jennifer Brooks Award. My humble opinion, John is the greatest example of the 5 C's. Here comes the 6th. I would add, if there was a 6th C for calmness under the most difficult circumstances, then John would be a 6th C lawyer. I think we need to add calmness to that list. I've litigated cases against John. I have worked cases where I've been brought in as Cumas counsel with John, also representing the same client, and I could say 100% every time I've had a case with John, he has made me a better lawyer. His calm demeanor, his great intellectual capacity, along with his ability to deal with problems and find meaningful solutions, all the time maintaining the highest level of civility and ethical behavior, makes him an iconic lawyer and a great mentor. Mike says, I have never heard him make one negative comment about another lawyer, no matter how difficult litigation becomes. How many of us can say that? John always errs in finding the goodness in others. I have the privilege to know John and his family life with Tracy and his wonderful daughter Jennifer. And I think the best way to sum up feelings about John, both as a lawyer and as a person, is every time I'm around him or talk to him, I walk away with a feeling of happiness, having been the better for listening to him and his calming demeanor. He is one of the nicest men I've ever met, and for me, there is no greater compliment. Mike Scafidi. And wait, there's more. We also have another Jennifer Brooks Award recipient, Bill Shapiro, who again is hanging out in Nashville with Mr. Reed tonight. Bill Shapiro writes, quote, every once in a while you meet a lawyer whose personality and class equals their knowledge of law and grace with people. Having known John Lowenthal for over 40 years, he is undoubtedly that lawyer. I first met John opposing me on a case where he was a new lawyer, and I quickly saw his diligence and cooperative manner. I saw his interaction with his coworkers, his clients, my clients, the court, all involved, and I knew we would become to be great friends, and we did. Decade after decade, I've seen John excel in law and life. Over the years, I've watched him in so many roles: trial lawyer, advocate, husband, father, and best for me, a great friend. John is steady, cordial, always civil, and gracious. His generosity is overflowing. John is a model lawyer, a model husband and father, and I'm a better person for having John in my life. I'm sorry I cannot be with John and Tracy tonight due to the commitment in Nashville. However, I join them and all members of the Western San Bernardino County Bar Association who celebrate John Lowenthal, the Jennifer Brooks Lawyer of the Year. What a perfect pick. John exceeds every qualification. Jennifer Brooks and her family can be proud to have John carry on such a coveted position, such an amazing tradition. Congratulations, John and Tracy and Jennifer, from Bill Shapiro. And finally, from his good friend, retired San Bernardino County Superior Court Judge and retired Appellate Court Justice Marcia Slough, and one of my heroines. I adore this woman. Marcia writes, quote, I started my legal career with John. I was a law clerk at McLaughlin, Burford, and Arias. He was a young attorney. I learned from watching him. I saw a smart lawyer, but more importantly, one whose word was his bond, one who truly treated all as equals, regardless of wins or losses or position on the letterhead. Now, more than 30 years later, while much in law and life has changed, John's sense of humanity has remained as solid as ever and serves as the foundation for his character as a lawyer, a friend, and a mentor. He's also a convincing lawyer at poker and has a wicked sense of humor. He keeps the Reds well stocked and is always a yes to a well-meaning plan. And I've seen some pictures of him. She writes, I cherish this friend. I love him deeply, and we look forward to celebrating this honor with you upon our return, Marcia. I don't think there's been a more qualified, more worthy recipient of the Jennifer Brooks Lawyer of the Year. Congratulations to John Lowenthal.
On behalf of the Western San Bernardino County Bar Association, I wish to bestow upon Mr. John Lowenthal the Jennifer Brooks Lawyer of the Year Award for 2024-2025. Congratulations.
Take those off. Thank you.
Why is it I'm the only one who needs to use notes? First of all, thank you, Dean, for that amazing introduction. That was pretty hard to sit still for. Thank you so much. I appreciate it more than you could possibly know, especially since you got pressed into doing it on pretty short notice. Well, good evening. I know it's not traditional to begin with an apology, but for those of you who saw the headshot of me in the bio, and were expecting to see that person here tonight, I'm truly sorry to have disappointed you. During the cocktail hour, I was talking with a friend who I won't name, and I brought that up and I said, you know, I think that is borderline false advertising. And without missing a beat, he looked at me and said, oh no, that's way overboard. And for those of you who actually read what's in the bio and about the types of cases that I handle, I know what you're thinking. Never invite him to a party. All he's going to do is look around for and point out what's wrong, and his stories are going to scare children. And you'd be right. Thank you very much to the Western San Bernardino County Bar Association for selecting me for the Jennifer Brooks Award this year. When I first learned about it back in July, very honestly, I was stunned. I'm still a little stunned. But I am extremely honored, extremely grateful, and I thank the association very, very much. I also want to take a moment, and even though they were not able to be with us tonight, to recognize the Brooks family, thank them for sharing Jennifer with us, and for maintaining her legacy to remind and inspire us every day to embody those 5 C's of candor, compassion, courage, competence, and civility. I can't tell you what a treat it is for me to share this evening with the amazing Asia Culberson and the incomparable Trish Law. Asia, I didn't have the opportunity or pleasure to meet before tonight. Trish and I go back probably longer than she would like to admit. I remember when she was a new lawyer working for Bob Holstein. But even back then, we all knew that she was something special, and we were right. When I sat down to think about what I was actually going to say tonight, the first thing that popped into my head was a question. And the question was, how did I get here? I mean, when you think about it, we are, after all, a reflection of all of our experiences and what we take away from those. So if you'll indulge me for a few more minutes, I want to share some of those experiences with you that brought me here tonight. I'm here because in 1971, my parents, Audrey and Peter Lowenthal, packed up my brothers and me and left Connecticut in a converted bright blue school bus with no particular destination in mind. From that experience, I learned not to be afraid of taking a risk or seizing an opportunity even though the outcome may be uncertain. For that and for them, I'm grateful. And speaking of my brothers, Mark and Neil, who are with us tonight, I'm here because I learned that sometimes you have to stand up and offer to kick the ass of somebody bigger than you are to protect someone who's smaller, even though the ones who are smaller deserve the ass kicking. You're welcome. He also taught me not to take myself too seriously, to find humor in everything, even in a dark place. And for you two, I'm grateful. I'm here because I not only like what I do, but also who I do it with. For almost 40 years, it's been my privilege and good fortune to work with some amazingly talented and dedicated people who have made and continue to make our demanding, stressful, and sometimes crazy professional world a little less so. To my colleagues, thank you for being here. You are the reason that I look forward to coming to work every day. And for all of you, I am grateful. I have to give a special shout out to my legal assistant, Sharon Moore Duncan. She keeps me sane. She keeps me on track. And most importantly, she laughs with me even when there's nothing to laugh about. Thank you, Sharon. For you, I am grateful. I'm here because I have friends who know me and love me anyway, who allow me to be myself, forgive my flaws, always have my back, but who I could not call upon for bail money because they would be in the next cell. For my friends, I am grateful. Thank you for being here. I'm here because of the Inland Empire legal community, the lawyers, the judges, the court staff, everybody that makes it up. All of you, at one time or another, taught me something valuable. You taught me to accept my victories and my defeats with dignity, to treat everyone with respect, how to be a lawyer, how to be a zealous advocate while maintaining civility and integrity, and just how to be. I've had the opportunity to handle cases from Reading to San Diego, and while I've enjoyed a number of those places, there is no place that I would rather practice law than right here in the Inland Empire. It's a special place because of the people who make it up and make up the legal community, and for all of you, I'm grateful. As many of you know, I have a daughter who's also named Jennifer. She's in her first year of college, and she's in the middle of midterm, so she wasn't able to be here tonight. But I'm here, though, because from an early age, she set an example for me with her wit, with her wisdom, her lack of pretense, and her humanity. Jen, I'm proud of you, and for you, I'm grateful. I'm here because of my wife, Tracy. For almost 25 years, she has supported me, encouraged me, put up with me. She's been my biggest fan. From her, I've learned in many ways how to be a better, more honest, more compassionate, and more courageous human. You want to see what courage, candor, civility, competence look like? Go sit next to her. I'm proud to be Tracy's husband. For you, I am eternally grateful. And so, I'm here tonight, thanks to all of the experiences, lessons, and influences I got from you. For all that, I'm grateful. Thank you.
Wow, what a night. This was fantastic. Don't you want to be a member? You can get a free membership for 1 year. If you look under your chair, you find an envelope that says that you won the free membership. You can also look under your chair to see if you won the centerpiece. Before you leave, folks, will you please return your badges? Everyone needs to return their badges, please. Finally, sorry, one quick second.
Yeah.
One quick second, folks. To our recipients, on behalf of the Western San Bernardino County Bar Association, I would like to say congratulations. There are additional awards and resolutions that are up here on the stage. We invite each one of our recipients to collect any additional awards and go to our photo area and take photographs so we can put you in our bulletin. Thank you, folks. Have a nice evening. Good night.